going to be two team movies here. Now here is my opening slash streaming segment where I talk about the films and TVs that are premiering this week. All right, coming to theirs, we got Spiral from the Book of Saw. Now this one is the latest Saw film that stars Samuel Jackson and Chris Rock. And here's what it's about. Working in the shadow of his father, Detective Zeke Banks, played by Chris Rock, and his rookie partner take charge of an investigation into grisly murders that are eerie reminiscence of the city's gruesome past. Unwittingly entrapped in a deepening mystery, Zeke finds himself at the center of the killer's morbid game. Now, this looks cool. You know, it looks gory. I do quite like the Saw movies. I think they are pretty fun to watch. They're very gory and everything. I think this looks like it could be really cool to watch, so hopefully it'll be decent. Alright, coming to theirs and HBO Max, we've got Those Who Wish Me Dead, which is directed by Wind River director Taylor Sheridan, who also scripted Hell or High War, which I really loved. Now, this stars Angelina Jolie, Nicholas Hoult, Tyler Perry, and here's what's about. Still reeling from the loss of three lives, Hannah is a smoke jumper whose perch is in a tower high above the Montana wilderness. She soon encounters Connor, a skittish boy who bloody, traumatized, and on the run in the remote forest. As Hannah tries to bring him to safety, she's unaware of the real dangers she follows. Two relentless killers hunting Connor and a fearly blaze consuming everything in his path. This looks really cool. Definitely looks like an interesting cat and mouse based thriller. I love Angelina Jolie. It's always nice to see her back. Of course, she is coming in Eternals as well, so she has that too. Definitely looks like something that could be really cool to watch. Alright, coming to this, we got a movie called Profile about an undercover British journalist who risks her life by interfering violent exorcisms group online. So she pretty much, trying to, try, in a way, she's pretty much trying to, get like, pose as, a girlfriend to this, terrorist guy and all. And I gotta say, this looks cool. It's actually a movie that takes place on the computer. You know, it's kind of like Unfriended, Searching, and most recent that movie Host. This definitely looks cool. It looks intense, so definitely interested to check something out. All right, coming to the news, we got a movie called Finding You about violinist Finley Sinclair who travels to an Irish coastal village to begin her semester studying abroad. At the bed and breakfast run by her host's family, she encounters Beckett Rush, a handsome actor who's filming another installment of his medieval movie franchise. As romance sparks between the unlikely pair, Beckett ignites a journey of discovery for Finley, transforming her, for her heart, her music, and her outlook on life. This looks pretty cute and charming. Definitely looks like your run-of-the-mill generic teen romance film. Uh, this is actually from the same director who gave us that movie I'm Not Ashamed, which is of course the film about Columbine. Anyway, this definitely looks like it could be really interesting to watch, so I'll give this one a go. All right, coming to Netflix, we got a movie called The Woman in the Window, which stars Amy Adams, and it's about aerophobic Dr. Anna Fox who witnesses something she shouldn't while keeping tabs on the Russell family. This is pretty much like a female version of Rare Window. You know, you got Amy Adams, Julianne Moore is in this. You got some really cool cast members. It looks intense, looks really cool. So I'll give this one a go. I mean, you got Anthony Mackie is in this, Brian Tyree Henry. Looks intriguing. All right. Also, out this week, we got a movie titled "The Get Together," where a Friday night house party is shown through the eyes of a post-grad misfit, her slacker Uber pastor, and his long love and her narcotics boyfriend struggling to propose. Now this stars Quantico's Joanna Bradley as well as Glee star Jacob Artist. It looks really interesting. It looks cute, charming, so it'll be cool, I guess. All right. Also, out this week, we got a horror film called The Dungeon about a mute boy who becomes trapped in his apartment with a sinister monster after making a wish to fulfill his heart's greatest desire. Looks pretty creepy, so pretty cool, I guess. Also, at this week, we got a movie called Riders of Justice, where Marcus returns home to care for his daughter when his wife dies in a tragic train accident. However, when a survivor of the wreck surfaces and claims foul play, Marcus suspects his wife was murdered and embarks on a mission to find those responsible. Now, this is led by Mads Mikkelsen. It is a Danish language thriller, so could be cool, I guess. All right, we got a movie called The Killing of True Lovers, which stars a Lethal Weapon, the TV version. Lethal Weapon star Clayton Crawford. About and it's about a man who desperately tries to keep his family of six together during a separation from his wife. They both agree to see other people, but he struggles to come to terms with her new relationship. It looks pretty interesting. You also got the Deuce actor Chris Coy is in this. I like Clay Crawford. I know there's been some drama with him on the set of that TV show Lethal Weapon, but I still think he's a cool actor. So hopefully he will be pretty good in this. We also got a foreign movie called The Perfect Candidate about a determined young doctor who runs for city council after the incumbent repeatedly ignores her request to fix the muddy road leading to her clinic. Despite the community's struggle to accept her as the town's first female candidate, her creative and ambitious campaign becomes a symbol for the larger movement. Looks, looks interesting. Also, this week we got a movie called Oxygen, which is directed by Hills Have Eyes director Alexandra Aj, I think his name is. I was mispronounced the last name. But he also gave us High Tension. He also gave us that recent movie Crawl a couple years ago. And this stars Melanie Laurent, who plays a woman who wakes up in a cryogenic chamber with no recollection of how she got there. She must find a way out before running out of air. This I actually just saw this. It was a pretty intense film. Reminded me a bit of that Ryan Reynolds movie Barry in a way, mixed with Gravity here. So if you haven't checked it out, give it a go. All right, now here's a couple of the TV shows premiering on Disney Plus. We got the return of High School Musical, the musical the series, season two. Now I really quite like the first season. Of course, it got delayed because the pandemic and everything. But I really quite like the cast involved. I mean, Joshua Bassett, Olivia Rodrigo's pretty good. So look forward to check out where they're going to take season two at. On Netflix, we got Halston, about iconic fashion designer Halston, who skyrockets to fame before his life starts to spin out of control. This stars Ewan McGregor, so it could be interesting. It is from Ryan Murphy, who has been doing pretty good lately. Like last year, he gave us The Prom, Hollywood, Ratchet. Hopefully, this is his next good film or good series, I should say. On Amazon, we got The Underground Railroad, where after escaping a Georgia plantation, Cora boards a train embarking on a harrowing trip as she seeks true freedom while being haunted by a notorious slave catcher. Now, this is from Moonlight director Barry Jenkins. This looks really interesting, so hopefully it'll be pretty cool, I guess. All right. On Netflix, we got season two of Love, Death, and Robots, which is, of course, the collection of animated short stories. It is from the Heavy Metal magazine, so interesting. It is also from David Fincher. Deadpool director Tim Miller, so hopefully it can be interesting, or say season two could be interesting. All right. On HBO Max, we got the new show called Hacks, which stars famed actress Jean Smart, and it's about a dark mentorship forms between Deborah Vance, a legendary Las Vegas comic, and an entire outcast 25-year-old comedy writer. It looks really interesting. It looks funny. I quite like Jean Smart a lot, so hopefully this will be really cool. And last but not least, on Netflix, we got the Upshaws, which stars Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes, about Indiana working class African American family who struggles to make it work and make it right without the blueprints to do it. Now, like I gotta say, this looks. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks pretty interesting. I like my gaps. Wanda Sykes is pretty funny, so I'm always interested in seeing a new multi-cam sitcom. So hopefully this could be interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and there's also Army of the Dead, but that's actually that's going to like some theaters this week. I'll probably talk more about that film next week, actually, when it hits Netflix. But anyway, some interesting stuff here. Anyway, let me leave you guys. Which of these films or shows are you interested in checking out? Are you interested in checking out Spyro or Woman in the Window, Hacks? Oh, and I forgot. Castlevania also interests me. I almost forgot about that shit. But anyway, which of these are you interested in checking out? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Simon sign out.